Hi, welcome to the second part of Biblical Hebrew of the Hebrew alphabet. If you remember, we said in the first part that there are 22 consonants in the Hebrew language. We covered the first 11 in the last part. Now we'll cover the second 11 in the second part. Let's start with the 12th consonant. It's called Lamed. Lamed. Okay, that's how you write it. Lamed, or if you do it in writing form, you do like that. Okay, so you start on the top and go down and make this curve to the end. Okay, and that consonant is pronounced like love, for example. Okay, love or like. Okay. It's the L sound. Lamed, like love. Okay, like love. So the next consonant is called Mem. Mem. We write it like that. And in writing form, now that's a little bit strange, and I'll explain you why. Because this consonant in writing form looks actually like a N in English, right? Like no. If you write no, like if you write no in English, you write exactly the same letter. So it's very funny because in the Hebrew language, in writing form, you use this letter for showing not the N, but the M, okay, because this is Mem, if you remember. So it is, let me just use this other color. It is pronounced like M, like, for example, like month, okay, like month. So this could actually produce a lot of confusion in the beginning because we use this letter in English, not for M, but for N, okay? But in Hebrew, if you read that, it's not N, it's M, okay? And you start at the top right corner. You always, remember this, you always start from writing right to left. And what is easier? To start here in the top, in the bottom left corner, and then to write like that, and then continue with the next letter. But the next letter is actually after the mem, sorry, no, I did the mistake. After the mem to the left, because in Hebrew, you always write from right to left, right? So it's easier to write or to start in the top right corner, write the mem, and then you can continue with the next letter on the left side of it, okay? So I hope this didn't confuse you so far. I'll just trash this one. This is the letter Mem, and in writing form it's like that. So the next one is Nun. 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 And in writing form you just leave that little line over there, and then it looks like this. Okay, this is the Nun in writing form. How is it pronounced? It's pronounced like no. This is now the N, okay, like N, like, for example, no. Okay, so far we have Lamed, Mem, Nun. The next one is pretty easy. The next one is called Samech. Okay, Samech. It's written like that. Okay, Samech. So you write this line and then you make a curve down and back to the top. And in writing form, it looks almost the same, but not exactly. It's just a circle. Okay, so the circle is samech. Samech, and it's pronounced like S. Okay, for example, in the word so. It's just a simple S. Okay, so this is called samech. The next consonant is ayin. Ayin. That's written like that. Ayin. Okay, in written form, we use it like that. Write it like this. So we start here and go down, make a curve, and back to the left top corner. Okay. This is called ayin. Now, this consonant is actually similar to the first consonant. If you remember the first consonant, it's aleph, right? And the ayin is exactly the same. It's pronounced the same. Okay, it makes the same sound. It's okay, ayin. So we will write it like, for example, or we just say it's like aleph. Okay, like aleph. Okay, it makes this sound, and we symbolize the sound by an apostrophe. Okay. So it's exactly the same sound as aleph. Okay. The next consonant I will take a look at is P. P. It's written like that, with a point in the middle. P. Okay, P. And in written form, it looks like that. We start here, make this curve to the middle, and then make a dot. So this is the first thing you do, and the dot is the second thing you do. This is called P. Like, for example, in the English word pony. If you say pony, this is the P that you need here if you want to pronounce it correctly. Okay, so P. Like in the word pony. So the next consonant looks a little bit strange, okay, and it's called tzade. 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 Okay. So you write it like that. Okay, tzade. So in written form, it looks like that, like a 3. So that's the tzade in written form. And how do you pronounce it? You pronounce it like when you say, like, imagine yourself, you're somewhere in the park and you see a family doing some crazy stuff, I don't know what, and or maybe the children do some crazy stuff with them, and you look at them and you say, look at that, look what they did. Okay, so this is how you can maybe imagine to pronounce it. So it's this tse sound. It's tse, ts. Okay, tzade, ts, ts, like tse, tse, tse. Okay, very fast. T and s pronounced one after the other, but very fast. Tse, tzade. Try to practice it a little bit, and if you find yourself doing it correctly, then let's go to the next letter. Next letter is called kuf. Kuf. Okay, it's written like that. That's how it looks like. That's the kuf. So in written form, it's quite the same. Okay, you just make it more a curve. So like that. Kuf. Okay. So that's the first thing you write, and then comes that line from the top to the bottom. So that's the kuf, and the kuf is pronounced exactly like the kaf that we had in the first part. So if you can remember, we said the kaf is pronounced like a C, and the kuf is also pronounced like a C. Okay, like in the word can. I can, I can't. So kuf is pronounced like a C, exactly like the kaf. So that one is easy because you already know it. Now the next letter is pretty hard to pronounce. The next letter is called resh. Resh. Just let me write it down first, and then I'll show you how you can pronounce it correctly. Okay, so resh, it's like that, and in written form it's approximately the same. So there's no difference. Okay, like you can see. I hope you can see that. Yeah, I believe so. So there's two ways to pronounce that. There's the old pronunciation and there's the new pronunciation. So the old pronunciation will be very easy for you as an English-speaking person because the old pronunciation is R. Okay, this rolling R. R. Okay, I ran to the place. Okay, ran. R. R. Resh. Okay. But the new pronunciation seems to be very hard to pronounce for some people, and that's totally fine because I will show you a trick how you can practice this pronunciation. This re sound is happening like down in your throat again. And imagine yourself, now this is a very strange example, I know, but imagine yourself, you are sick. You have some, pain in your throat, and you go to the doctor gives you, he gives you, something to gurgle with, okay? So let's take that. I just took some water here in the glass, and I will do like this is the medicine, and I'll gurgle with it and see what sound it will produce. Okay, let's try that. So, did you hear that? This is the sound that the gurgling produces. Now let's try that without having any fluid in your throat. Let's try that. Did you try that? It's exactly the same, but I did with the water, but now without the water. Like, okay? And this is exactly the R sound. So this is how you can learn to pronounce it. R, resh. Okay, it's this gurgling sound. I hope that helped you. If it didn't help you, maybe you can write to me. Maybe I can show you some other tricks to train that to pronounce. But I think you know what I mean. I think this is very obvious. You just have to, gurgle a little bit, train to gurgle, and try to do that without any water, and then you will produce automatically the R sound, because it's the same what you do when you gurgle. Okay, you see that? So this is how it actually works. So it's not so hard, right? So this is the resh, the resh. I write like in gurgling, okay? Or the gurgle sound. Let's say the gurgle sound. It sounds a little bit better. The gurgle sound. Okay. So there's two more letters left, and these two, the first of them is sheen. Sheen. So let me continue over here. The next one is called sheen. You write it like that. Consists of 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, and you have a point above the first line. Okay, this one is called sheen, and in writing form, it looks like that. Just take a look how I do it now. So we start at the same point at the right top corner. It's here, right? We start here. Then we go up, make it a little bit more curvy than this one. And then we do another curve. Okay, inside of it. So this is called the Sheen in writing form. You can just practice that in the PDFs that I uploaded for you in this course. You can practice that sheen in the writing practice materials that is online. Don't be confused, maybe you don't find it now because I'm still working on it. So as soon as it is online, you can practice that. Until then, you can just practice it on your piece of paper. You can just do like that, 100 times. Okay. This is how you can practice it by yourself. But I hope I'll be so far when the course is online that all the practicing papers are also on the materials section. So this is called the sheen. And how to pronounce it like in shy. I'm shy. Okay. It's the same pronunciation. It's not so hard. Like the SH sound. Like in shy, or the sun is shining. Okay. And then there's another letter, but it looks the same, but the point is not on the right top corner, but it's on the left top corner. So I'll just show you that one either, because we will not cover that later again. So this one is not called sheen, but it's called seen. Can you see? If you remove the H, what remains is the letter S. I hope you see that. S, like seen. It's like the letter we saw here, samech. It's the same pronunciation as this letter, seen. That's why it's in the same line, okay? So seen and samech are the same pronunciations. And you do that the same over there, the writing form, but you put the point on the left top corner. Okay, you start over there, and then this is the first thing you do, and in the end you do the point. Seen. S. Like so, or stop. Okay, S. S. It's not so hard. And the last letter in the Hebrew alphabet is the Tav. Tav. And the Tav is written like this. Okay, the Tav in written form, you make it more curvy. I think you can notice that in written form, many things are more curvy than in printed form. So this is a huge difference many times between written form and between the printed form. So you start over there with this curve from the top left corner to the bottom. It's the first thing you write, and then you do that. Line down and line left. And this one is called Tav. Tav. Okay, Tav, like in the first part, if you can remember, we had the Tet. And the Tet and the Tav have exactly the same pronunciations. So let me just write like Tet. Like Tet. Remember how you can write the Tet in written form? We had it like that. Okay. So, but I still write T. So we have it completely. So we just made it. We just finished the Hebrew alphabet. And let's try to revise it again together. So what's this? Try to say it before I say it. I'll point to it with my finger, and then you say it, and then I'll say it. Okay, let's start. Lamed. You can also just say the first letter that it's pronouncing. Okay, El, Lamed. Mem. Nun. Samech. Ein. P. Tzade. Kuf. Resh. Shin. Samech. I made a mistake, right? Sin. It's not the Samech. Don't confuse that because here is S and here is S. That's Samech, that's Sin. Tav. Okay? Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ein, Pe, Zade, Kuf, Resh, Shin, Sin, Tav. So that's it. You mastered the second part of the Hebrew alphabet. Keep on doing the good work and keep on doing the practice lectures also. See you in the next lecture.